Hey YouTube, it's been a while. Turns out that I haven't made a video in a while, so I thought I would do that real quick and kind of give you an update on what's going on in my life, which, let's face it, that's pretty much what this whole YouTube thing's about, so let's go ahead and do that. The truth is, I hope you guys are doing well, that the year is treating you well, and that, things are going better. I've seen some YouTubers really having a good year or two, and that's good. And honestly, I'm happy for them. I enjoy watching people succeed because it helps me see the opportunities that I might have, which I think is good. Most of you guys might not particularly care that I'm still trying to make videos. I just felt that I hadn't made one. It's already March, and I thought, well, shoot, I better say something or do something because that's sort of what Tube is about. So I thought, that would be a good thing for me to do, is to share some things with you guys and to just kind of to update you on what's happening. The biggest thing that happened was I was diagnosed with cancer, which I was surprised about. And to be honest, people have been very supportive and nice, which, for a person who's having a pretty rough life economically and otherwise, was like, hey, wow, that's just amazing. But what it is a lot of times what I'm running into, and like again, the support's been just amazing to me. I've just been so impressed with how many people have been supportive and caring, and are just happy to see me when I'm actually able to get around. Because for the most part, when I got diagnosed, we started treatment right away, which basically that's chemo treatment. And when that happened, I ended up being kind of homebound for the most part, which has not been fun. But honestly, when I realized that I had it, I made a change in the way I viewed life. Pretty much, I was like, well, I'm going to try to be, let's just say this is terminal, and I go down, for the death way. You want to try and be as positive as you can to people. Be a source of light, not a whiny, sickly person, which technically I am, but it's really important in what I feel. And again, you don't have to agree with me, but I feel you want to be the positive, best person you can be in a disaster or in a type of bad situation. I've had several instances in my life before this happened where I had to be the person that was going to solve this situation. I've had people who got injured, and I've had people who were, going to rob me, and there's other things like that. So what ends up happening is you have to be that person of, I guess, action or whatever, to be that person. And so for me, the best way that I can help people in their lives now, at least the way I feel about it, is that to try to be a positive, good force in the world for them, even though the world can make you very cynical. And I've seen that in a lot of videos and a lot of the people who are a little bit on the narcissistic side, which I understand. You have to have a certain amount of self-love to be able to do this stuff on the YouTube. So I mean, that really is something that you have to have, and not everybody has it. Not everybody does YouTube, because not everybody is going to be that. They're gonna as acceptable with themselves being exposed in this way. And I think that's important to understand. When you form a community, or when you are getting involved in a community, that you understand that people are going to view video blogging or video whatever differently. which is completely acceptable, and I don't see any reason why. There are people in the world who are going to watch videos, and there are people in the world who are going to make videos and want people to watch them. So that's the way it is. As you can see, I've lost a good bit of weight, and that's generally because the harsh chemicals that they are using basically made me do a wonderful double take on vomiting and taking it and pooping at the same time. So that was super fun that I would rather not have to do again. Unfortunately, the chemo treatments have been working, and we've gone from not being able to consume any food, which was based on a tumor, to being able to consume food again. So that has been a wonderful blessing, and I have been just really excited. To kind of sum up the channel, really honestly, I started this out doing little skits for the band that I was a part of or involved in. The truth is, I had a brother that was involved in a band, and I just was trying to give them another avenue for revenue, and for advertising, which is basically what I started doing. And then, of course, the band broke up, and so there was really nothing much else to do. So I thought I would start exploring art and entertainment again, which is interesting because I had a period in my 20s when I was involved as an actor, and when I came to the conclusion that I really wanted to be a part of other people's family lives, and I found that acting kind of got in the way of that, and so I went off and did other stuff and stopped really working on that particular craft, not because it was a bad choice, it just wasn't the perfect fit, and so that's why I didn't stay with it. But there are several very talented people on YouTube now that they're basically actors who are just trying to help themselves get parts, which I think is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so for the most part, the biggest thing is, this thing that we do on YouTube is a beautiful opportunity for people to express themselves. At least that's always been my feeling about YouTube, is that we should be allowed to express ourselves and, kind of get ourselves together and make a difference, in the world. And perhaps when people are searching for stuff, they basically are searching to either educate themselves or better their lives in some way. And I think that I'm gonna have a lemon head real quick because I'm doing the burp system, and let's face it, the medication tastes like crap. And so when life gives you lemons, you get you a lemon head, and you put that in there. So really honestly, I know I'm kind of getting into deep subjects and crap, and that really wasn't my plan, but I wanted to give you some type of video since I did not do my January video, which gives me the year, but it's basically because I was a puke in my chemo. So that's kind of how I had to go on. So this year I haven't been able to do a lot of social stuff because honestly, parts of my life I don't really express a lot here, but the truth be told, I'm very active in my community, and people have been missing me, and I just haven't been very active because I've had to be homebound for a lot of it, and it's very frustrating, for lack of a better term. It's very frustrating not to be able to help people, not to be able to be involved in these opportunities, to be a part of my community where I live, which for me, what I came to find is that your relationships are, I'm fixing the camera because there's apparently some spittle on there. Apparently, my mouth becomes very moist with the lemon heads. Good inside tip for future people. Yeah. But it's been frustrating not being able to be involved in the lives of other people as much because it became such an important part of my life. Um, so that is really been a very humbling thing for me. Um, Going through this treatment sessions and through these things is, it becomes your life. And my life was different. My life was one where I gave as much as I could and I worked as hard as I could on charities and all sorts of stuff when I didn't have work. And now I can't, which is frustrating because you want to help people and you get into the habit of doing that and you find yourself full of happiness and joy at being able to help other people. It's very frustrating. So that's what I guess I needed to share with you today, was that frustration comes from not being able to help others. Um, there are some people on here that don't understand what I'm talking about, and that's fine. Because, let's face it, maybe that's not the place you are in your life. People are like, flowers. We all kind of bloom at different times. And that's the biggest thing that I can probably share with you is this. Please, 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 if nothing else, understand that sometimes people that you don't like, maybe they're in a process of becoming a different person or becoming a better person. And that's something that you may not be aware of or you don't see because it's not out there in front of you. You're not the ruler of the world. You're not the person. You're not the expert really of this person's life, and so that's really their purpose. So to sum it up, be good to each other and give people a little bit of wiggle room because they may not be ready to be the best person they are, that they have the potential to be. And so give them that opportunity to do that. I guess it's kind of the thing I'm hoping you guys pull away from this. But I really wanted to give you guys an update. So now you know all the stuff's going on. I'm eating my lemon drip now. Yeah. I'm sorry, I enjoy grossing. There's a part of me that enjoys annoying people, I guess. I don't know why. Because there's a lot of other traits about me that are not bad, but sometimes it's just fun to freak out. I can show you my bald head, but I'm not going to. That's another thing that kind of sucks with FEMA treatment is no more hair. But as you can see, my beard's coming out, so I'm like, I could be like Old Man River with a bald head. So that's been kind of funky. And my eyebrows right now are pretty sad. And, they get tired all the time, which comes with the territory. And I'm literally on 14 minutes now, which I used to be so good at cutting stuff down so that you guys had like quick stuff instead of this long crap because, YouTube makes it sucky to upload a really long video. So I'm sorry for the long video where I talk obsessively. So you guys be good, and we're gonna go ahead and do our editing stuff and put this up so you guys know that I'm still alive. Woohoo! So yeah. So if you guys have any prayers for me, please throw them in the pot. The good prayers that say that I get better, because I could use them. I am not ashamed of begging for good wishes and prayers. So that is just the way it is. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good one, and hang in there if you're having tough times, and because it always just gets better. And honestly, if you have a positive attitude, it works a heck of a lot better. Let me tell you, especially with those treatments that I'm having to take. Plus, lemon heads are actually pretty good in this situation, so it's not corn candy. So it's so funny. There was a video where they were saying white trash corn candy, and I thought to myself, but corn candy is tasty. So I mean, so now I'm gonna give you a new one, so you can waste a lot of time talking about it or whatever. Because let's face it, that's basically what happens with all these amateur videos: is that the production companies look for nuggets and then they steal them, which is what they do on YouTube and pretty much everywhere else. But that's okay. I'm influencing people in Hollywood. That's fun. Wouldn't be able to do it otherwise, because let's face it, being an actor, you were told what to do, and that's pretty much it. So the fact that you can actually influence people who are making movies on YouTube by saying things, and they go, hey, that's a good idea, you're welcome. Glad to help you. Maybe we can hang out and have coffee sometime. Who knows? Yeah, alright, that's it. We're gonna go ahead and cut it off, but you guys be good. Okay, and thank you for still watching me. Or if you watch this video, which I would be amazed if somebody was still watching. But if somebody is still watching, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to hear me talk incessantly for about 70 minutes. So thanks, man. It's pretty nice of you. So anyway, well, you guys take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.